Hey y'all, how y'all doing today? Let's get started.
You send your chickens out in the morning from your barnyard. Those chickens will return that evening to your barnyard, not your neighbor's barnyard. I think this is a prime example of the devil's chickens coming back home to roost.
Hey, I'm gonna let Brother Malcolm say it. I'm gonna let Brother Malcolm say what he gotta say. Since what y'all not gonna do is play with him. Y'all not gonna play with no him. I always feel like Malcolm was an earth sign because he remind me so much of myself. Like he's got to be an earth sign, right? When is his birthday? I'm gonna go look it up later. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Give me 1 minute. Because and I want to say this. Everybody's doing a prerequisite like they don't condone violence. I do, but I will never be happy at someone's demise. Does that make sense? Like, of course, to a certain extent, everybody condones a modicum of violence. It doesn't matter why or what for. You know what I mean? Just everyone. It's in retrospect. Everyone feels like there's a reason to fight physically, to fight mentally, to stand up for yourself physically or mentally. Some people even wish violence on other people. So we're not gonna act like the violence isn't a part of human nature. Not so, it may not be particularly your nature, but we're not gonna act like we're in some violentless society. Number one. So I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna sit up and cheer and celebrate and laugh at someone's untimely demise, but I'm not gonna lie and say I don't understand what may or may not happen. Now, I'm not a political person as far as picking a party, a Republican, a Democrat. Now, if I was going to make America great again, it would be the original Republican Party that my people created, that my ancestors, created before the DC cracks and the Know Nothings infiltrated it and then made it all one big ideology. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. So before I start talking about Mr. Kirk, I want y'all to know what type of guy he was. Because again, I've never done content on him just because, and y'all see my channel and it's slow growth. You know what I mean? And the reason for that is because I kind of steer away from negativity. I've worked real hard to kind of stay away from things. And I kind of realized when you do stuff like that, it doesn't leave room for a lot of content. So I feel like I'm going to have to, if I want to say something or share my thoughts with you guys, I'm going to have to embrace some of the things that I may typically would not. Does that make sense? So, and one I'm trying to pull it up on my other monitor here. So, let's see. So yeah. So let's get into the type of guy or his ideology, so to speak. I want to try this makeup. Have y'all tried it? Stay on topic. Okay, let's see. Where we at?
Every single day, Shank. I live as a capitalist, okay? I live what I believe. What do I do? I get dirty every single year. Crime, like, I'm sorry. If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Because of DEI, it begs the question when you see a black pilot, you wonder, you say, I hope they are qualified.
Really?
If I'm dealing with somebody in customer
Pause.
service.
If I saw, even if I saw, if I'm a self-aware and a self-actualized person, like he may or may not have been, but like he seemed to be as far as his negative ideology, I would know that DEI and affirmative action never really worked for black people. I would know that cognitive dissonance is the real thing. This is what it looks like, because I would know that black people did benefit from that. Really, it was really mainly white women. So with that being said, because you always hear, no matter where you are in the diaspora, They have to work harder, pay more attention, be better, be greater, be the best, just to sit by a mediocre, clear person, right? Just to sit next to a transparent person, they had to be 5 times that person. It's kind of like in that in the Constitution, 3/4 of a man. They had to be 3/4 better of a person just to make it in a lot of these spaces. So I would be more confident in a black pilot than I would a transparent one, because the transparent ones be getting on the plane full of coke and alcohol and vodka. But let's go. Oops. Did I mute it? No. Okay.
Who's a moronic black woman. I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? Almost creates thought patterns that are not necessarily, no one really cares when it's HR managers. No one cared when it was, just kind of paper shufflers or even engineers. But now when it's like, wait, hold on a second. You're going to remove my appendix and you're a black lesbian? Live like a capitalist every single day, Shank. Yep.
So this is some of what we're dealing with. So, and this is why, unfortunately, again, careless. So, I want to go into what actually happened before I go down the conspiracy rabbit hole. Okay, so here we have a news guy, and he's going to talk about, they have a video, but they're not going to circulate it right now. So we're going to go from the press to witnesses to the event to the conspiracy theory, okay? So let's start with press. Now, mind you, a lot of people are saying that this is a sniper hit. I want to dispel that real quick before we even let him speak, only because my papa was a sniper and my mom's a sharpshooter. So I want you guys to understand that 200 yards is not a sniper hit, okay? Anybody can do that. When you're hunting, you shoot a deer at about 200, 150, 200 yards. So that's a regular shot. So even if this person was acrobatic, and you know what, I'm getting a step ahead of what I said I was gonna do, but I'm gonna be honest. Where I'm at. I'm gonna be honest. I honestly think this is like one of those doomsday survivor guys. They train a lot. You know what I mean? Aren't they considered paramilitary? They train a lot, and they're ready for stuff to go down. You know what I mean? But then again, I don't see a doomsday survivor being against this type of rhetoric. You see what I'm saying? This is why we're going down this conspiracy rabbit hole, because 10 had tingling. My 10 had been tingling since I first ever saw him years ago. And you know what I always thought he was? I've always thought that he was a recruiter for the Grand Wizard. I've always thought that because he goes to predominantly transparent places and talks to transparent people, and he does this, but he only talks about people. You see what I'm saying? He's only talking about copper-colored people when he's out there. Their issues, their lack of fathers, their lack of mothers, their violent and vengeful ways. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying they, like, this is what he's saying. Like, I'm not speaking in third person. Like, I'm not part of they. You know what I mean? So, understand, I've always thought he was a recruiter for the... Look at him. Don't he look like David Duke and them? Don't he look like one of them sheet wearers? That was my sheep. That was my cone sheep. Y'all saw it. I said sheep. My cone sheep. Look at him. Just look at his face real quick. Wrong guy. Look at his face real quick. You can't tell me that he does a sheep. He probably... Like, what we doing? Look at him. He's not one of those sheep wearing guys. Look at him. And why else would you go around a bunch of transparent people to talk negatively on these people? Yeah, I drive for a living. That's why it's a demarcation there. But either or, the whole diaspora, everybody. If you wasn't trying to get them on that same hate train and get them recruited. Because a lot of times when he leaves places, remember the last time he was out there speaking, what was that, like a year ago, where they found those Klan recruitment letters that they never did show us, but they said it was all over the ground. They trying to make a comeback. That's why I got a message for you YNs later. Yeah, just y'all want to crash out. I got a reason for y'all to crash out. But anyway, so just think of, if you just think about it, why would you go to all of these spaces talking about these people, trying to get these people to view these people in the same manner that you do? If you're not trying to recruit them for something, remember, they always go to the youth. Remember that. Even in the 1920s, when they was lynching and robbing and rioting and taking all our land, those were the young people that they was deputizing to go do that. These were youngins. Look at the pictures of lynchings. What you see, those are teenagers. Their parents is even bringing them to watch it. The same way, in order to steal our identity, to make us think that we was from a whole nother continent, the same way that they did paper genocide and all that stuff against us, and the same way they got to go along with their plan, they got the youth, right? Where's the youth at right now? College. Why is he going to the transparent youth, spitting all this negative rhetoric about these people if you're not trying to get them to think how you think, so that you can recruit them into what let's see, what group of people is known for hating these people and committing all kinds of crimes against humanity against them? Who was that? Oh, David Duke and them. I'm just saying. Anyway, hey cousins, how y'all doing today? This is Nikki. Welcome to blaquespan. Let's get into it. So this is what the media had to say about it. Do y'all want to hear him say it? Do you want me to just paraphrase it? So homeboy get on here and he say, we have good video of it. This man took a shot, jumped off the roof, jumped off another roof, then flipped into a backyard and ran through a neighborhood and escaped. That's what he's saying. I'm thinking, now me, just coming from a military family and I like war movies, number one, you wouldn't have saw him. You wouldn't have saw him right there. You see, let me show you. Go ahead and listen to him so we can all be on the same page. Since I heard him, so I have a particular understanding, I want you to have the same understanding.
Track the movements of the shooter. Starting at 11:52 a.m., the subject arrived on campus, shortly away from campus. We have tracked his movements onto the campus, through the stairwells, up to the roof, across the roof to a shooting location.
Hold on. Pause.
Tracked his movements as he...
Y'all tracked all these movements after the fact, but shouldn't his security team have been tracking a suspicious person like this already? How many people did he have for security? Or was he that confident in the hate that he was able to build with these people against these people that he never even thought that he could potentially be in danger? Again, in my mind, I've always thought he was a recruiter for them. Because every time I turn around, I'm looking at real news that they don't put on the news, the news from the know-nothings. They keep talking about them assembling. They keep talking about the pointy white hats assembling. And the type of people that are under those masks are mayors, are politicians, are sheriffs. So where do you go and get the next generation of the Dixie Cracks, the next generation of the know-nothings? Where do you get them at? College? You don't go get them from the trailer park. These are successful, transparent people that was under those hoods. That's why they have the hood. The poor transparent who was pillaging and robbing and stealing and breaking in people's houses in from all the way from Tulsa all the way down to Rosewood. Those people didn't wear masks. They didn't cover up their faces. They didn't care. The ones under the hoods, these ones that's under the hoods, are successful. You understand me? They have something to lose. And they need to hide who they are because some of them are in politics and they still need you to vote for them. All right, just keep that in mind.
Moved to the other side of the building, jumped off of the building, and fled off of the campus and into a neighborhood. Our investigators have worked through those neighborhoods.
Okay, he's going to say they have a video. They're going to be checking the neighborhood cameras. They're going to come to the public with the video if they need our help.
We do have good video footage.
Good video footage.
If we are unsuccessful, we will reach out to you as the media.
So if they can't find them on their own, they're going to come to us and ask for our help.
Right now, and we would like to move forward.
I don't know who our is, but I'm not interested. I'm out of that. Because he's always used the violence in the black community against us. But I don't think he ever thought that he would have such a tragedy committed against him by his very own. I don't think he suspected that. And I think it's because he knew what his real mission was. It wasn't to spread education. It wasn't to talk about gun rights. It wasn't none of that. It was to convert the ideology of the youth, to get them onto the Klan train so that they can birth the next generation. Because they see us checking in with each other. We're checking in. We're getting on one accord. And when they see that, they're going to need their maritime bandits to come through to help put us back in our place, so to speak. Where do you change the minds at? You change the minds of the youth. Where else would you go in predominantly transparent people's spaces to talk about these people? Why? Remember, his main two stances was his three things he always did: talk bad about us and spew hateful rhetoric about us. Try to get Lily Clear girls to keep their babies because they're at negative minus birth rate. How can you be at a negative and a minus? They're at negative minus birth rate, so they're trying to replenish their ranks. And 3, guns. The K, and the K. The hate the people, and the guns. That's all he talked about. Hating us, them giving more birth, and everybody strap up. Because that's what I'm thinking. And I've always said about him, because I'm like, why? Why are you arguing? Why is clear people arguing with another clear person about us? And then his places are always places where we never at. We're never there. Let me sip my yoo-hoo.